on my thing, I get half of whatever. We split it. We all split it.
Affiliate links.
We all go to
Yeah.
Vegas on
I
you.
mean, I told Justin's been learning golf for the last like 6 years. Like he's just been practicing golf constantly. And I'm just like, if you ever go pro, you have to wear a hat. You have to wear an achievable hat. And then then I'm cool with it.
That's
Be
funny.
a professional golfer.
All right. We are live. I'm happy that everyone knows about Justin and golfing.
Yep.
Okay. Um, Last thing I need is my notebook. Last time, um, on I got 3 million Skulls of Power, you guys finally reached the top of the magical staircase to the upper sky area. And not to meta too much, but you understand that the staircase itself was not necessarily like a trick, but it was definitely testing you guys. The further you got up, and truth was definitely um, part of that. So, and the further you guys got up, Turgan had a little bit more involvement, like emotionally and physically, I would say at certain points, just because is slowly becoming accustomed to or affected by the powers of that specific white skull that is in this area, or you think is in this area. You guys, who remembers what the encounters were? You had a bunch of actually random encounters that weren't really combat oriented. You ran into a bunch of singing people.
The
You
stairs
acquire.
turn off. The stairs tells us to turn back and pulse.
Yes.
Then they breathe and attack, and then they fall.
Yeah. And then
With the guy counting the steps.
that's right. The guy was counting the steps. Um, I think he's going to make an appearance. Hopefully, I remember his name. And you guys finally got to the gate. So, and the gate, there was a monster. Well, yeah, he was a guardian essentially of the area. Um, and the gate asked you a question. It asked you guys all to tell your truth of some sort, what you were looking for. I remember Buddhabot had a cool one with his backstory about he pulled out a letter of his creator,
Mhm.
or a photo of his creator rather, and then um, it asked you to, because you guys all didn't, not all of you told necessarily the truth or the ultimate truth of what it was. Um, it asked you to make the ultimate sacrifice, and that was obviously to sacrifice someone sacrifice themselves for the group. And it was very funny to see that happen. I remember Bryant was really quiet there. But listen, the acid splash guy can't be, the one who sacrificed. It doesn't make sense. And so Turgan decided, you know what, screw it. He got became, I hate to use the term, but he became retarded during the battle with with one of the with the bad guy. He had a spell and he like lost some intelligence or something, which was hilarious. I had
Like
no
nine
idea.
points of it.
And just to keep in mind, I had no idea that that's what that effect of that spell was until I read it, and that was really funny. Um, and so he sacrificed himself uh, and got through to the Skull Spire Elisar, which is something that I randomly made up. And that's the area. So you guys are at the Skull Spire in the sky in the upper zone. And when you came to, and this is where we'll start, the platform that you were on, the staircase you were on, sort of fades away, and you guys are all standing on. And this tabletop doesn't really do it justice, but you're still on like a marble platform the gate opens and you see this floating island that you're standing on. Now, Turgan, you got a feat on that. I forgot exactly what that was.
The metallic gift of the metallic dragon,
Right.
and I just get permanent badass wings.
So can you fly now?
No, no, I don't actually get those wings. That's just like I just did that for effect. But essentially, once per, I think, long rest, I can protect one of you guys with like fucking big wings that pop out of me, and then they go away. And I can also heal once or a few times, I think.
Yeah, you get.
So it's pretty cool.
It was
pretty cool.
Something like protecting wise of your.
When you or another creature you see within 5 feet of you is hit by an attack, you can use a reaction to grant a +5 bonus to the target's AC against that attack roll, potentially causing it to miss. You can use this reaction 5 times per long rest. Oh shit.
Oh. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's like a sentinel-ish type of thing.
And then you said something about healing, Spencer?
I think there's a healing in. Oh, you have a healing. I think it comes with healing touch or healing. You have to look it up, but you can essentially heal someone. I think a certain amount. I think it's. What do you guys, Boot, about what's your healing touch terminology for your?
Terminology for my what? Sorry.
I think you and Chris both have like a healing touch type thing.
Yeah, I mean I have cure wounds, which
Yeah,
is
I
a
think
it's cure
touch-based
wounds.
heal thing.
Also
Yeah.
muted.
Yeah.
And
It's
then I've
called
got
Draconic Healing. You learn the Cure Wounds spell once per long rest. You cast it without it spending a spell slot. You can
Oh,
also
nice.
cast it using any spell slots you have. The spell's casting ability is Intelligence, Wisdom, or Charisma when you cast it with this feat.
Nice.
Okay.
And that's pretty much what you guys have. All right, this platform opens up. You see a couple. You see one dwarf, and you see a couple characters towards the grand entrance to the area. Looking around, it seems sort of peaceful. Your passive perceptions allow you to visualize that. There really isn't cause of concern at all for your. Nothing's giving you the feeling like you're in any sort of threat. You look out around and you just see forever and ever the clouds. You guys are above the clouds. The air is thin. It's somewhat hard to breathe. So there might be exhaustion at some point, depending on what you guys are doing and how you guys are running and whatever. And to you, it looks like a little bit more of a temple-oriented floating sky island, a little bit more different than, or more ancient than the ones that you previously were on. Old, I would say, but well built. And you know what? I'll say it. Asian has an Asian vibe to it. You know, obviously someone built this with the intent of making it somewhat Japanesey. So we'll use that. I like that.
Is it Japanese?
I guess it looks like something from
It's just
like
confusion.
a samurai game or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And Sprock is also with you. So Jake is, Sprock is there.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, Sprock, where? Oh, been looking for you.
Yeah.
Oh, you've met Archie, right?
No.
Arky? Sprock?
We have not met.
Oh, Sprock's our friend Arky, our companion. We met him on the way up.
Has he been tied up yet?
He has not been.
Matt is not playing with us. Matt always ties up people. He's like,
You're not a robot, Sprock, are you?
No,
I have something against them.
I'm an old as fuck elf.
Oh,
Look, man,
And,
I
and
don't know what your beef is with me. We just met.
no, you're all right for now. But I'm still watching.
All right.
Booter, people, not you, like you, hurt his family, so he's still uncertain. He doesn't
That's
know if
fine.
you're one of the clan that hurt him.
They'll-
Well, we'll just have to see how it goes then.
Yeah. Well, Turgan, you came from in here. What is in here?
We got.
Am I still retarded?
Did we rest? I think we
he's like
did.
you as the
Hey, fuck you.
No,
I set
would
myself
say-
up for that.
No, absolutely not. No, I would say your self-sacrifice clears you of all that.
Okay.
So if I'm looking at this map correctly, oh, go ahead, Turgan. I'm sorry, I just totally cut you off.
No, it's fine. Is this area have like a time warp type of feel? Like me being resurrected, was it kind of instant? Did I spend some time in here to know what's going on? Should I roll something for that? Because he's asking me like, what's it like in here? What was going on? And I don't know. Do I know that?
Well, let's role play that out. Who's asking who here? Who's asking Turgan?
Stag is. Or no, sorry, not Stag. Apologies. Seth Hartley.
Yeah, of course. So Seth Hartley's asking Stag, what?
No.
That's from Turgan.
Seth Hartley's asking Turgan, what?
Success. It's worked finally.
He's asking like, what just happened? Like, what is this place? And I want to know, like, in the way you described it, I died and then I came back. But was it like a time warp in there where I spent some time, and where 1 minute in game was like X amount of time in here? I don't know. You tell me.
Okay. So roll me a yes, you will have had knowledge given to you about the White Skull, definitely. And you will roll me a history check, not with your normal stats, not your
Retard stats.
Yeah, you're not your retard stats. Keep your retard stats just in case, because
Oh, nat 20 plus 1, 21.
Nice.
okay. So you will know, you'll have had a vision of that. You will have a vision, and you will know that the White Skull is obviously one of the broken shards from the original Skull of Power that you guys are looking for, and you know that it's in this area. You know that King, let's call him Tridon. King Tridon III had that skull on him. During his burial, you will have seen you will have seen his tomb. You know that it's up here. You know that Tridon was buried with the skull. You also will have had flashes of an older elephant, a previous sage named Loxodon.
No, what about my knowledge of this area that we just entered? Like, what can I tell them?
Yeah, so with that comes the small kingdom of Skullspire. You know that this area is where people are searching for the truth. the truth is something that the skull and the color white, and just in general in our world, but also in our gameplay, it holds. It's highly important to it, I guess. And there's an element of, I guess your 20 will give you the power to of an Arcana check as well. It's very magical up here, and you do know that there's a debate about the world itself and a search for a specific truth.
What the fuck? I just rolled a nat 1 Arcana check.
Yeah, so you
I
know that it's
mean,
magical up
that
here.
tracks.
Yeah.
It does track. Yeah, okay, so I just relay that all, and for the sake of time, I'm not going to repeat it
Yeah.
because you're right there, Chris. But
I got the gist, and I relay it clearly to make sure everyone else understands. So after you, which way do we go?
Yeah, Spencer, which way do we go?
So you guys are gonna walk off this as you head off the, I guess, the little bridge there connecting to the staircase. The staircase is sort of vanishing from the ground up. You will see that there's a Loxodon and there's an elf. They seem to be, they're not dressed up like guardians or monks, but they're standing. There's one standing on the left and there's one standing on the right of the bridge. The air is flowing. It's cold, and again, it's hard to breathe.
Okay. I'm going to try to get their attention. Hail.
They're both going to turn to you. Good day. Good day to you. Welcome to the Skull Spire.
Hello. We're searching for the white skull. Might tell us where we could find it?
Of course. The tomb of Tridon. Everyone once in a while comes up here talking about the White Skull, but you will have a hard time finding it, of course. It's in the tomb underneath our island, in our island, for that matter. But who are you, travelers? What's your purpose here?
Searching for the white skull, of course.
I kind of step in and I also nod to Seth to join me. And I say, we are adventurers looking to thwart a great evil in this world. The skull's power is key to the evil plan that we are attempting to circumvent here. And so, we would love to at least, understand how we could potentially seek an audience with the tomb of King Trigon or with whoever is the caretaker.
Excellent. Interesting. Well, our daily debate begins just in a short while. That's the biggest audience you're gonna get. But just for you to know, everyone that comes up here must answer certain questions in the debate, as we are seeking the truth of the world state. And then the dwarf is going to come over and say, "Listen, they were trying to search for good here. Protectors. You are protectors, aren't you? Neander, calm down," he says to the Loxodon. "You are protectors, aren't you?" And he's a dwarf, so he sort of looks at Turgan, the dwarf.
I am.
These elephants are a little bit hard to reason with, but let me tell you something. Show up at the ancient square for the the debate, and those who seek truth will, or find truth for that matter, sometimes they find entrance to the tomb. The tomb's entrance might reveal itself to you. There isn't much up here besides truth and questions and answers, but those who lie, those who don't find the truth, are asked to leave. With that,
Okay.
I don't sense any. Let me see. Are you guys trying to hide anything? Are you guys going to try to steal and stuff? Because he's going to perform a nat 1 on a investigation perception check. So he says, these guys
Well-
look great. Come on in.
Yeah, I mean, in that case, I'm planning on stealing the shit out of this skull, but
What about the phoenix egg? What are we doing with that?
Oh, yes, your phoenix egg.
Shit.
Let me pull that out.
That's still in the bag of holding?
No.
it never went in the bag of holding because we determined it would suffocate.
It's been getting
So-
mage handing.
Stag would be mage handing this by us.
We got to make this
I'll
thing.
take it.
And-
But his
Yeah.
mage hand is like holding it like you're hiding a J.
No,
Yeah.
he Stag has been quiet because ever since he heard that's all about truth, he's afraid to say a lie. And he doesn't know what's going to happen when he starts lying up here. So he doesn't have the minor illusion on. He's just holding the egg as it is, not trying to hide it behind himself.
Now this egg, how are you holding it?
Like
In your hand?
like
Or your
no,
mage
I have my mage hand that's like just off my shoulder.
Okay. All right. That's
So
fine.
I could like my arm around to Weekend at Bernie's it.
The elephant and the dwarf is gonna go back to his side, and the elephant is going to stand where he was. And you guys can do whatever you want to do.
Well, so I don't know about you guys, but I'm quite curious about this little lighthouse building. And then also, if you look behind the tree, there's just a box fan.
I was wondering about that box fan too.
That box
I've never
fan
seen
does
something
not
like that.
exist.
It
But
does
I
not
think-
exist? Okay.
I think that box fan is just going to turn transparent now. But I think that actually controls like the breeze in the actual game. Whatever.
Got it. Well, what about this lighthouse? This lighthouse certainly looks interesting.
Or yeah.
Do we just not care and we just want to go in, not get distracted?
Well, why don't you give me a perception check, Bootbot? So interested in the lighthouse.
Right?
I'll slap Booter on the hind quarter panel and give you guidance.
And I feel very guided. All right. They changed the UI for the dice. All right, so I'll roll perception. And I will, well, I got a 15. Do I want to use guidance on this? I guess not. Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's just roll D10. It is an 8. All right, so I got a 23. I'm very perceptive. Want to know what's
The
going on.
lighthouse is very tall, and as the wind sweeps across, it makes you feel, the lighthouse itself makes you feel a feeling of comfort. It's old, it's gray, it's ancient, and you can almost hear, specifically you, Booterbot, you would be able to recognize the sound of old ancient gears turning inside. The light above, even though it is day, is emitting this bright white, pure white light. It turns, and it has a beat to it, almost like a heartbeat. The you don't see the mechanisms or magic or what that's turning this thing. And you do see that there's a little house nearby. There's footprints, both elephant and dwarf, that you can make out that seem to be coming from the lighthouse. And it seems relatively peaceful. You are not, what makes you feel a little bit uneasy is that you do not see any ships. You don't see any airships up here. And when you look out past the lighthouse, you also do not see any airships coming or going.
I'm gonna
Don't you
whisper
guys-
to. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna whisper to Seth Hartley. Why did you change your name real quick?
I didn't change my name. The game, the dice changed my name.
Oh, okay. Because like it's been confusing me for the last few sessions, and I've been wanting to ask. Okay. Anyways,
You should put it with your name on the Zoom.
yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna whisper to you to like, can you sense anything magical about this place? Meta, do an Arcana check.
Of course this whole fucking place is magical. Look at what we just came through.
Anyways, I'm gonna whisper
I have a
to
hunch
you. It's
You
this
died
might be a
and
different plane.
well, yeah, it's the upper sky. That's where we're going.
So we've
This-
plane shifted, basically.
Yeah, well, coming through that staircase, we came into the upper sky kingdom. As far as what everyone's told me is true. You said this is the place where the skull is in the tomb of the king?
Something like that.
Yeah, that's where we were told all those many pages in my notebook before where the white skull is, and it's in the upper sky kingdom. So if that's where we are, we're in a different plane.
Going into this lighthouse.
All right. I like it. Authoritative, action focus.
We're going to the top. At the very least, I'm stealing whatever light source it is so that they can't call for backup.
Okay.
Let's
I like
go.
it.
All right, I'm gonna draw this because that's the way that is. You enter through the house, and I'll draw with the white, and it's perfect because it's white. You enter up the entrance sprock since you're leading. It's an old wooden house, and it seems that the elephant and the dwarf are going to start walking over towards you. And they're going to say, "You, sir, what can I help you with that over there near the White House, the lighthouse?"
What makes it shine so bright at the top?
Interesting. Well, I don't know. Good luck. Find out for yourself. Everything up here, we are peaceful people. What mine is yours, and yours is mine. I'm still going off of his nat 1. You,
Yeah, I mean,
you may
sounds
enter.
great.
You'll find a little rest area if you want, and there's an entrance to the lighthouse itself. You may look up and above. Some travelers like to come in and take a look and see for themselves. It's an old ancient ruin, but it's not necessarily ruined, as it does work. It is used for things that we are not quite familiar with, he and I mean, and he points towards the dwarf, who he has not named yet. But you, carry on, please. Enjoy yourself. And
Can
if
I
you find
propose
out
that
what's in
we-
there, please let me know.
Okay, then I'm gonna go in. And I'm gonna go into the lighthouse.
Okay. You
And start
enter.
going on this.
Yeah, so you enter this cabin area first.
Yeah.
And you just see there's like a couch, and there's a little cooking area. The window's open. Looks like there's a bird cage, and just maybe
Any
peanuts or whatever.
books or records or manuscripts?
Give me a Give me an investigation here. So high of investigation. This is going to be terrible.
25.
Okay, fuck you. Yes, you find a book. And the book says on it, history of the Tridents, 1 through 3.
I'm gonna flip through it and see if there's any writings or anybody's name in it.
As you flip through this book, this history book, it almost looks like a sort of like an anthology. No, not an anthology, but like a. It's about the kings Trident. There's King Trident 1, King Trident 2, and then King Trident 3. As you flip through it, you see that they're all. There's Trident 1 is a Loxodon, Trident 2 is a dwarf figure, and then Trident 3, the image of that seems to be a little bit weird. He looks like you're looking at a creature that you haven't seen before, which, with your high perception, you can determine that Trident perhaps might be part Loxodon, part dwarf. Very weird look to this guy. Just imagine, imagine what that would look like. Then it has the history of his life. Would you like to know what that is?
Yeah.
So Trident 1, just by flipping through it, and you'll have to read it more to truly understand. It looks like he was a sailor in the sky. There's a bunch of images of him traveling the sky. You see
a pilot?
Like a sailor of some, or tradesman of some kind. You see that he landed on an island that's shaped similar to Truscadon, and then you see that the ship, like yourself, parked on a staircase. And then there's no more images or memoirs talking about the staircase. Then you see images of him on this very island. You see a history text of him ruling over this island. You see images of a world being round. You see images of a world being flat. You see images of the Loxodon and the dwarfs communicating. There's a section there about the great debate about the flat world and the round world. What is what, and who is who, and how do you know if the world is flat? How do you know if it's not? You see that there's Loxodon, the Trident gave birth to a son. No one knows who the queen was, but the son was a Loxodon, and the son became the next king of this area. And the second king of Trident, the Loxodon, you see that he never left the island. He was really more about building and populating. So he was the one who started to farm these crystals that could get people back and forth between the lower, middle, and upper sky areas. And you see him bringing people and dwarfs up. But it was very, very hard. There were some disasters where people fell and all that stuff. And then he eventually gave birth with a dwarf to King Trident III. There's not that much written about King Trident III. He was young when he passed away, but like his father, he was very adamant about populating the upper area. And there is a short section there about Loxodon, a sage. It has the written in dwarf. It says sage in it. What are you? Oh no, even more perfect. It's written in the Underdark language. What's your dwarf? You're a dark dwarf.
Elf?
No, sorry, a dark elf.
Yeah.
Fuck, what was that language? Well, whatever. Dark elf. Scribbled in there, it says Loxodon sage, and you see an image and a short text about how the
Undercommon.
Undercommon, yes. and you see that there's a some sort of agreement about a skull, and about a sage, protector of the White Skull, and she had given Tridon the skull before she left for her journey, or quote search. That's pretty much what the manuscript or whatever book you're looking at says. Now, in
All
that
right.
room, you see that there's a door, if you wanted to, that opens up into the actual lighthouse.
I am taking the book and I'm going to put it in my cloak for more reading later. And I am going to go open the door to the lighthouse.
Okay, when you walk in, I hate you, Jake. You see that there are bronze gears everywhere, turning this mechanism up top, sort of making it spin. There's a small ladder that climbs all the way to the top. And there's a light, almost looks like a core crystal that's somehow lit up, circulating the sky. And there are images of an image of a disc and a ball everywhere, what you can tell. And from your intelligence, you understand that that's a flat world and round world. Even everything in there is screaming flat world or round world. Even the gears itself, you have gears that are they're circulating this way, they're circulating this way. They look every different angle you take. It's almost as if the circle turns flat, turns circle, in a weird way, but it doesn't seem so magical as much as it is mechanical.
Is there a staircase going up?
There's a very loose ladder. It is a rope ladder.
I don't do ladders, but I can fly, levitate. So I'm just gonna levitate.
You're no longer a mind flayer.
Fuck.
Yep. So
Well, then I'm gonna climb the ladder.
Oh, how tall is this lighthouse?
how tall are normal lighthouses? Is like 50 feet?
Probably more
Like
like
something like that.
No, like 100.
yeah, like 100 feet.
They go up like 5 stories for sure.
Yeah, so let's say 100 feet, give or take. But why don't you roll me, Bryant, roll me a perception check.
I don't even know how to do that. I forget. Which one is that? Saving throw? No.
In your page,
Yes.
you'll see perception, and you just click on it. It's like a skill. Pull up your page here.
Got it. Wait. Yes. Oh my god. 5.
You're like, yeah, I think it's about 30, 40 feet. 30, 40 feet, give or take. So what are you doing?
The test
Jake?
determined that was a lie.
No, but he thinks it's true though, so it's not.
So I'm climbing that thing. I don't know how long that's going to take me since it's 100 feet, or if anybody else is in this place or going in this place, or what you guys are doing out there.
I'm just I'm watching you climb this
Right.
rope
Jake,
ladder.
Jake, I want a 100 feet. You'll get an easy. What do you want to roll for to climb up this thing? It seems to be a dainty little ladder going up. You can do a skill check to get to the top if you want.
Survival. No.
Yeah. Well, that's next. Why don't you do a
I like a survival. I rolled a nat 20, 28.
okay. So you climb up, you see that the rope is not as weak as you thought, and you get to the top, and you see as you get to the top, it gets a little bit narrower, but as you suspect, there's a little hatch at the top, and a little square door.
Push it open.
It is open. Remember, this is the Sky White Skull area. Nothing is locked. Everything is yours, and everything is theirs.
So I
So
climb
you climb
up.
through, and you see this circulating. Again, these instruments, gears, circulating white crystal.
Oh.
And every time, and it almost has a heartbeat.
Can I remove the crystal? Do I see anything in the crystal? I look at it very closely.
As you're looking at it, it shines in your eyes, and you are blind for the next 6 minutes. I would say not blind, but you're gonna have
Like not looking.
disadvantage on these skill checks with sight, anything like that.
All right. Well,
so
I'm
you're
gonna-
squinting, and everything is like really bright or really dark or whatever.
Yeah. I'm gonna sit down and look away from the crystal and get my eyes back.
It's a massive crystal.
Yep.
What are you guys doing down below?
I guess waiting to see what happens with Sprock.
I mean,
I'm
I can
hanging
come
out
up.
outside doing nothing.
I'll come up.
I know what they're doing to each other.
I'll come up and check out these bronze gears and things.
I look out the window and they're all sitting in a circle on the ground with a cookie in the middle.
I mean,
You can see that for all in general.
Jake turns on his camera just for that statement.
I'll just I'll come check out what Jake's doing because I like mechanical things.
So you can fly, right? You don't have to even.
Yeah, I'll just fly up there.
All right. So you see you see this this light crystal shooting around, and it's lighting up the room every time it circles, and it's sort of just shooting out this bright light. Even though it's daylight, you can still see that there is an effect on the sky from the crystal.
I mean, I turn to Jake and I say, usually when you take these crystals, bad shit happens. So we might want to wait on this one until we've got what we need from the island.
Are you up there with me or are you screaming this from the ground?
No, I flew up there. I flew up to join you.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, is there anything else for us to figure out up here?
Why don't you check out the view? What can you see from up here?
Sure. Let me. I mean.
What are you trying to do?
I mean, I guess we can start with a basic perception check.
What would you like to see? Because you guys have passive perception on the.
Or investigation. Just like look out from the horizon. Because the whole idea that there's a lighthouse but there's no ships is a little weird.
You see, oh cool, there is a staircase inside this thing. You see the village. You see a massive island behind the lighthouse. You see that there are statues of both dwarfs and elephants. Perhaps, Jake, they are statues of those leaders that we were just talking about. You see that there are people, Loxodon and dwarfs. You see that there's a large square where people are beginning to gather. And out on the horizon, you can see forever. You can't really see any detail of the ground. You're so high up. But you can see very, very, very far, as far as it almost looks. You can see water colors and land colors, but that's pretty much it. Unless there was something you were trying to see yourself that you'd like to
Okay.
world build.
All right. Well, I feel like we can probably just like move on. What do
I
you think?
got a book. You don't want me to take the crystal. I get it.
Well, I do, but like
On the
if
way
it
out.
makes if it makes this island fall, it's gonna really really kind of screw a lot of things up.
All right.
Seems cool though. We'll come back. And as I fly down, I fly by the massive 20-foot by 20-foot box fan. Okay, in all my days, I've never seen a machine like this. What is this?
I walk over and say, "Not sorry to interrupt your flirting with the box fan, but what did you see up there?"
Honestly, like nothing interesting. Nothing that's gonna help us right now. I think we can probably move on and go check out this debate.
Yeah, let's go check this debate out for sure.
As you guys come back down and out of the house, the Neander, the lockdown, is going to say, "Did you find everything you were looking for in there?" Again, I will tell you that everything here is yours, and everything here is ours. It's a very honest and truthful place. You'll find no locked doors except for those inside the temple, being, you know.
And you keep saying my character looks puzzled and asks, just to clarify, you keep saying there's everyone's truthful here. Does that mean no one can lie here?
No, it means that this area, um, built by our King Tridon, the custom here is to not lie. That has nothing to do with you per se. It's just we prefer those who tell the truth, those who seek the truth.
So we
seem
can't
to be
trust
hidden.
everything you say, or we can't trust everything
It's
you
up
say?
to you to find out. I can only tell you what I think is true. It's up to you to determine whether or not what I'm telling you is a lie. How can I possibly prove to you that just by our mere small conversations?
You just seem super insistent that you're telling the truth, so it makes me a little doubtful that you are. But that's cool.
Doubt is one thing that we try to solve that. We try to figure our doubts out, leave a better person.
If I were happen to lie, would anything bad happen to me? Any negative consequences?
It's not something we like to happen, especially if we find out that if you lie and something were to go wrong, it's going to be your fault.
Okay. I hear you.
This pen is royal blue.
Well, let's get going.
You guys all see the dwarf is looking a little bit, he's looking a little bit questionable at you guys, but carry on. You 4 or 5?
Which is the
Um,
one with the low
Low
percent?
roll.
Yeah. The
That was
dwarf? Elephant.
yeah, that was the dwarf.
Okay.
Carry on. Welcome, gentlemen. But just dwarfs in general, I would say that's what they look like. These dragons here, they're not gonna. Everything that looks like a dragon is gonna be more of like a elephant tusk. This is just something that was downloaded. So they step aside. Welcome to the Skull Spire. Enjoy yourselves. Hope you find your truth you are searching for. And
Oh, one other question. Who would you say is the expert on lore and information about the skulls
who's the expert on?
here on the crystal skulls?
Oh,
Because I'm sure, as you know, the white isn't the only one of them.
the priests in the temple of Tridon know more about the world than those that live on it. Let's just say those are the people.
Okay.
If you had questions, I would go ask and interrogate.
Oh, the
Not
priests.
interrogate, but
Is there any one who you would trust their wisdom more than the others?
well, the high priest who runs the debates,
Okay.
the daily debates, his name is Mithril.
Mithril.
Yeah, Mithril. Like Mithril, but Mithril.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A high priest Mithril, he goes by.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I'll make sure to very clearly not call him High Priest Mithril. That would be wrong.
It's spelled with a Y, duh.
But I have a hard time reading sometimes.
Oh yeah, you're kind of dumb.
I'm not as wise or as intelligent as you. I do most of my learning in song form. Well, let's skedaddle.
How are you? So everyone
I'm
needs to
mage-handing.
stay, I believe, 10 feet away from the
egg.
egg.
Okay.
If you go within 10 feet, I'll try to remember. You have to take fire damage. I believe it was 1d10 or whatever.
And Chris, let him remember it.
Yeah. Don't fuck up. Okay.
Stag will pull out his lute and start playing a jaunty little tune. Hi ho, it's off to work we go. I can't whistle right now for some reason.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I tried, just nothing came out. It's late, my friends.
All right. As you guys are passing the bridge, there's nothing special going on this thing. You'll enter this sort of small village. This is a lot smaller than the previous islands. And as I said before, and I should have said this when you guys were looking out, you don't see any other islands in this area.
Okay.
And as you enter, you're going to see it's just going to be like in one of these normal towns that we do. You will see people walking around. You'll see both elephants and dwarfs. It seems that they are primarily the only species on this island. Some are eating food at the square. Some are shopping. Most seem to be walking towards the temple for what the guy was talking about before the debates. You'll hear people saying, well, I wonder if we're finally going to prove whether or not this place is indeed flat or round. you see certain people are a little bit angrier, and some people don't care either. And they're sort of walking towards this temple. You guys have free reign. If you want to go exploring the town, if you want parts, if you want, you can do whatever you want per se.
So,
Lucky for you,
Turgan,
I have my city tables.
Turgan, you know where supposedly where this temple that has the skull is, right? Or this tomb?
Yeah. Apparently. I have innate knowledge of where it's at, so
Okay.
that's where I'm drawn to. That's where I'd like to go.
Yeah.
The temple, Turgan, seems to be something it's on your mind. It feels right. It feels right to go there. That's you're vibing the temple. Bryant, does anyone need did you want to do a short rest? Did you guys want to do shopping for equipment? Did you want some other shit before you go into this place?
I'm fully rested.
Nice.
Yeah, roll.
I'm like fine. I have 80 out of 130 HP, but I'm pretty tanky.
Okay.
I'm good to keep going.
Okay. Every now and then, you guys all have these thoughts about previous path that you've taken or something that's happened in your life that feels good. Some sort of like truth that you told someone, or some issue that you solved for someone, some goal that was achieved, some happening that brought you joy. And it feels nice up here. Now you guys are walking. I'm gonna roll have you guys roll 2 random city events that I have on my random list, and then you'll be at the temple. So Bryant, roll me a D100. You can just type it into your Google, roll D100, and that will be the first city encounter. Because you're walking on the street of New York City. I would say that for me, every block you pretty much have some sort of non-combat encounter, unless obviously, in real world there's a guy.
47.
47?
Yeah.
47. You walk by a PC. No, a PC eats. Okay, so a PC eats a rotten bit of cheese. Booterbot. Let's see. Roll it 1d6. Here we go. 1d5.
1d6?
No, I'm gonna roll. Why don't you roll? I'll roll it to figure out which one you guys is gonna do this.
Okay.
Booterbot.
Mm-hmm.
Something irresistible about this cheese that you walk by this table. There's an NPC standing there. He is a dwarf, and you see he's like, this cheese is fantastic. Roll me a Constitution save to see if you can resist this piece of cheese.
I have a very good Constitution saving throws. I got a 26. You think I get these metal abs from anything else?
Well,
it's all self-control,
he's
baby.
going to be eating this cheese, and he's going to offer you some cheese, all of you. This cheese is delicious, and as he eats it, he has his eyes seem to go to the back of his head.
I'll have what he's having.
Are you eating the cheese, Turgan?
Oh, no, I was just trying to be witty there, but yeah, sure. I'll eat it.
Okay. Roll me a. Well, Roll me a con save.
Okie dokie. Oh, a 7.
The PC eats a rotten bit of cheese, but it tastes delicious. And as a direct result, it is visited that night when you guys rest. So you'll have to remember this. Jot this down in your notes. By 3 ghosts. Unlike other stories, well, we have to wait there. We'll have to come back to that.
You said that one of my my side effects from this new these wings that I got,
Yeah.
that I feel the pain of others,
Yes.
even not just my own, like a phantom pain.
So you feel the pain of the people you care about, and also the people that you don't care about that are around you. So yeah, like
Have
a
I-
phantom pain.
Have I felt anything? Maybe after eating this cheese.
You don't feel any pain. It doesn't seem like there's any, other than the grossness of this cheese that you put in your mouth, and maybe a little acid reflux. You don't feel the pain around you, and I don't think you will have perceived that pain either, just yet. Not
Okay,
doesn't
and
mean,
you said I was.
doesn't mean that people aren't in trouble here, but
And you're saying that I have a dream
it
later tonight.
It says that whenever you do your next long rest or short rest, whenever you close your eyes and take a nap, that I have to read you this next section.
By 3 ghosts.
They'll
By
visit,
3
they'll visit the
ghosts.
party, or they visit him in his dream.
You are visited that night by 3 ghosts.
So just him.
Okay.
And that's pretty funny. All right. As you move on, you guys sort of see Turgan eat that disgusting piece of cheese. Bryant, you're like, ugh.
Do my eyes roll in the back of my head though? That's all I'm looking for.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
And you're not, and you do feel that like that sense of right when you are about to trip on a mushroom, that feeling, but you've been having that feeling the whole time, and even more so now that you're getting closer to what you think is the White Skull. And you guys walk past, and you guys come across, and I'll roll this one now. Actually, who's leading the charge here? I would say Bryant is still. Bryant, why don't you roll me another D100?
$40.
40. You like the 40. The party passes by a building that has caught fire. The fire brigade has not shown up yet. There appears to be people inside. So you guys walk by this little house, and it's burning. Ah, help me!
It wasn't me that kept the egg away from it. I swear.
I'll put the fire on. Help me! They call. Ah.
Does it happen to be like the 7th building in the area?
Very specific.
The 7th building? No, just a random building.
Yeah, okay.
Well, what was the 7th?
Building 7, collapses in on itself
No.
from a random fire. It's the juice.
Help me! Seems when you guys get up to it, Booterbot and Bryant, Bryant, you're the first one up. You notice this. You see that this place is it looks like it's a shop of some kind where they sell potions and trinkets. Help us! Help us! We can't get out. In Loxodon and Dwarf.
How many of you are there trapped inside?
It's me, Ishmael and Drygon. I believe Trusco went to the square.
So it's just the
We've-
two of you?
Yes. We're trying to
You
close up shop, and we've had an accident. One of our fire burner kits fell over and caused all the fire. It must have hit the oil.
What floor are you on?
We're on the main level. The fire is spreading quickly. It feels hot.
Can you make it up to the second floor?
We can try. It's smoky up there. It's really hot.
Stag
Send
will
the
run
robot
around.
the robot in to save him.
Yep.
Stag will put the egg down a safe distance away and turn to go help.
Oh, back away.
I will. I'll cast Fire Shield on myself, choosing, or I guess I can choose between fire and chill. So I choose the chill shield so that I'm resistant to fire damage. And then I'll go fly up and try and save the people.
All right.
Is
you're
there-
putting- Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, no, you go ahead.
So you're gonna put on fire shield or whatever.
Yeah, chill shield resistant to fire damage. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll say that you can go in. It's just an act of kindness, essentially, what you're doing. Resistance does not mean immune. So what are you going to try to do? You're going to go up there. You see a small shop. You see that there's magical elements. People come and barter, it looks like, to trade for to make magic items. You see like feathers and potions and whatnot. And you see that the fire kits or the elements that they use to make fire, it seems that they've lit up next to an oil, and indeed the guy inside was telling the truth. There's a small staircase, smoke is billowing down from it, and they're saying, "Help! We were told to go up, and I cannot find my way." And they're coughing heavily.
Yeah, I will just go. I will just go like pull the people out.
Okay. It's one dwarf and one Loxodon that you pull out. Give me a strength check to make that happen.
Sure. 13, but I'll give myself I'll give myself flash of genius, so it's 17.
Okay, so you were able to grab them all. Your strength is strong enough, but because you're carrying both, you're going to take some 6 bludgeoning damage as you flail through the house and fall down some stairs as you're carrying all this stuff. And you're also going to take, wow, sorry, Booter, but you're gonna, well, I guess it's not, it's only half. So you'll take 4 fire damage. So 2 bludgeoning and 4 fire damage as you are resistance. These guys are gonna start coughing. Thank you so much. Can we put this out? Can we put this fire out? Is there anything that we can use? The dwarf says, "Of course there is." And he runs back inside really quickly and grabs a canister of something and throws it. And you see this massive shoot of water flash everywhere. And seems to quiet down the flames a little bit. He keeps on going and going and going until the flames are out. "However shall we repay you?" Ishmael and Trigon says. "Is there something we could do for you?"
You said it was a potion shop?
Yes, people come here and trade in items, try to pick up items to make either spells or small trinkets. But it's a small town here, but we do have powerful items and nice potions.
Hmm. Yeah, go ahead, Brian. Do you have
Do you have anything that would
ideas?
help in locating a desired item of ours?
Acid spray.
Something that would reveal if we're in close proximity to object of our desire.
You're a ranger. You can you got a good nature check, or maybe like some kind of a tracking, survival.
Mm-hmm.
I have a +5 to that. I have a +5 to survival and a +6 to nature.
I was asking these shopkeepers since they were offering us something for free.
I have something for you, since you were so helpful. Points towards Arky, and he hands you a potion of treasure finding.
Ooh.
Allows the user to sense the general direction of nearby significant quantities of precious metals, gems, and valuables, typically within range of 240 yards. These consumables are perfect for locating hidden hoards of specific metal items, blah, 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 blah. I think on D&D Beyond, you can add that in treasure of potion finding.
Thank you.
For you, robot, it looks like our potions are a little bit burnt and unmarked, but go ahead and grab an item. It's up to you. And you look down one. Roll me a D10.
Who?
You.
Okay. 3.
He's gonna hand you a potion of supreme healing.
Ooh.
And then he's going to slip something in your pocket because you saved his life, which is going to be 1, which is going to be a potion of invisibility. Grants you invisibility for 1 hour. For you, so thank you so much. Oh,
Pretty neat.
got a lot to clean up here, Ishmag and Drygon. We've got a lot to do. Thank you. Can I help you find your way? I feel like I owe you more of a thanks than just mere potions. Are you gentlemen looking for specific things? Or something I can help you with? I wish I could be of more service than just giving you vials. But I do feel like I might owe you an explanation of something. But please, if you come across something you don't understand or you need help, we're always here. I will always be at your service.
Well, thank you.
Always good to have a marker.
Yeah, it's nothing. I'm glad that you're doing okay. I think the only thing, and I mean, we can trade you for this, but do you have any black diamonds or other gems that can be used with a revivify spell?
Good ask.
Yeah,
So
just
who
in
has
case.
that?
I have the spell, but I don't have the diamond.
I have raised dead.
I mean, not the same thing as reviving someone.
Well, it is. I just need a 500 gold piece diamond.
No, they don't have that here.
Okay.
Those items, I don't even know where you'd find such a thing. I know they exist, but I wouldn't even know where to even look for them. What about you,
Nope.
Dragon? No, I've never seen a thing. That's what he sounds like. Oh, I've never seen a thing. Anything else you guys want to know or talk to him. about it.
Yeah, just we heard that there's a debate later today. Where can we find this debate?
Oh, that's at the town temple. The high priestess Mithril, once a day holds a debate, and this debate has yet to be proven. It's been going on for years. But those that believe in the flat world debate those that believe that the world is round. And the hopes of it is to figure out just exactly what is going on in our world and how it is made up. I suggest you brush up on your knowledge. Everyone that's there partakes.
All right. Let's I guess then we'll make our way to the temple. Anyone got any other requests? I mean, Seth, do you want to ask about Phoenix holding capabilities or
Oh,
yeah.
actually, that would be helpful. Do you have any like potion of fire resistance or something that would last? Or do you have insulated gloves that you use to work with hot ingredients?
Yes, but they're worn out. You may take mine. He's going to hand you gloves that will give you resistance to the fire damage.
So the proximity to the egg no longer is a factor?
To the person that's holding it won't get the that particular. I think whenever you touch it, actually, you're supposed to get damage. The proximity still holds too.
So you still get damage
Being
with the
near it?
proximity as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
even if you're holding it, you still are getting damage because you're close to it?
Would you like to
Or-
have
Or do the gloves?
He hands you these gloves that are
Yeah.
big, and he says, what is it that you were trying to do here?"
Oh, I'm just trying to carry this phoenix egg.
Oh my goodness, I can feel the warmth from it. Here, I'll tell you what. Why don't we do a little makeshift here? And he cuts the gloves in half, and he sort of makes a shitty little bag out of it. And ties the fingers together. Why don't you wrap this in here and see what we can do? Maybe that'll work.
A little insulated bag. I like it.
Yes.
Well, that could work. Thank you.
That bag looks. Chris, roll me a survival. Roll me a survival check here.
Survival?
Yeah.
Can I guidance myself?
You can do whatever you want.
I'll guidance. I'll add a D4 on top of this. Ooh, it's not good. It's not good. It's not good.
how's it going?
Did it roll? No, it didn't roll. Well, it's not bad. 10.
All right. It looks like a piece of shit. But right now, it's holding up. It's holding up.
I am going to cast mending on all of the shitty seams and try and secure this insulated bag a whole lot better.
Mending would bring it back to its original form, right?
Well, it can repairs a single break or tear in an object you touch.
Okay. So
Two halves of broken
right now-
torn cloak.
Right now, it's working. You can cast mending on that, whatever you want. Right
Yep.
now, it seems to be working. I would say that within, let's just roll a d4 here. 3. You got about, what was the for the egg? How long did you guys have for the egg?
I have it
4
written down.
days.
Like 3
4
or 4
days.
days, yeah.
So 3. That looks like it's going to hold up for like 12 hours. I would say 4 times 3, so 12 hours. Your shitty bag.
Okay. Well, we'll take it.
Okay. So now that we've got the egg fixed. Okay. Anything else? Any other questions you guys have? I know you guys are not from here, but you did help me put out the fire. If not, I will see you at the. If we can make it, I will see you at the meet, at the great debate.
Sounds lovely. Thank you.
Let's debate.
Good luck on cleaning up after that fire.
It's gonna take a while. Thank you very much, though.
Oh, you're welcome.
How good
Turgan.
are these guys? Oh, sorry.
Hmm?
Oh, no, go ahead.
How good are these guys at debating? Would you say they're masters?
I would say they've been working on this specific debate for years. But choose a side and go for it. We only are looking for the truth that is yet to be found.
Okay. Let us go to this master debate.
Okay. All right, how do I do this? Okay. All right, you guys walk, and as you see, you're walking towards the temple. You see, it's a large room. I'm gonna have to cut out to just a blank. I'm gonna open up our previous session, and you see that as you enter this temple, the room is divided in two. You have a mixture of Loxodon, and you have a mixture of dwarfs. And they're all sort of in one row. Loxodon pick the left side, and the dwarfs pick the right side of the room. The left side, as you walk in, you see the image on the wall and the painting murals of a flat earth, a flat disc. And on the right side, you see a image of a round world. And in the center of the room, you see and I'm just going to use our friend Callie Leafort from the previous time. You see a dressed up Loxodon.
Oh, in those high heels.
And also a dressed up dwarf, not King Lololo, but close looking, in the center of the room. And they are saying something along the lines of, "The debate is about to start. Welcome to the great debate number 26846. MZ Mythzund." And come. And the dwarf is going to run over to you, and he's going to say to you, "Gentlemen, welcome to the debate. Please state your side and what you'll be representing. What truth you have to bring us, and what you will be discussing to try to prove which is which."
I will be on the round world side because I've seen fire and I see rain, and I've seen this brownness of this world again.
Well, you don't have to pick your side right now, but you can't all be on the same side. But meet amongst yourselves and discuss what you'd like to do. We want the most knowledgeable explanation as to why you think this or that. We're trying to figure these things out. As you look through the room, Booterbot, Bryant, you see Stag talking with this guy and Sprock. You see that there's like a dark door at the end of the hallway in the room, unopened and
going through that.
locked and closed. And this dark door is not. Yeah, it's at the end of the hall. I'm gonna draw it here.
How far away is it?
It's at the end of the temple.
How far away is it?
I don't know. What did you? I don't know, 100 feet, 20, 200 feet? 300 feet, maybe.
We are definitely going through that door.
Eventually, but first we should probably participate in the thing. Anyway, how do you guys want to split up? I mean, I remember when we did this back in my world, and while I'm very much believe that the Earth is round, I also really don't care that much, and I'm happy to take whatever side you guys want.
I'm gonna look at these guys like, what? It's flat. This isn't even a debate.
All right, putting Turgan in the flat Earth team.
I'm gonna be on the round world because I've been all around it in my 600 years of life.
Same with
What do
Stag.
you-
But
what
I
do you
also don't
think?
care about debating.
What do you think, Brian? I don't even remember your character's name.
Arky.
Arky.
Arky. What do you think, Arky?
I'll be on the flat Earth side. That's fine.
All right, I'll join the round earthers again then, since it's what I actually believe. It's easier.
All right, so Turgan's on the flat earthers, the elephants. Sprock's on the round earthers. Arky's on the
He's on the right side. The flat Earth.
flat earth. And then the correct side. And then Booterbot, you're on the round.
Mhm.
Okay. You guys are going to look around the room, and you're going to see that each participant, in the way that this goes, and the way we'll do it, is going to one-on-one debate an NPC like this. And they state a claim. They articulate why the world is the way it is. They feel it is, and then they go back. The way we will do this is you will debate each other, and I will determine I'll use my old score sheet, I guess. Who, just based on what you say, who wins, and then determining what happened. There's one person that is not going to debate someone, and that person will be debating the High Priestess. So, up to you. So, you, dwarf, no pressure. Looks like the two of you might be debating. So why don't we roll here? Let's flip a coin here. Ooh. Why don't you guys do it? It's gonna be odd is flat earthers first, and then even is round earthers first. And Stag, why don't you roll, Chris?
Who's Stag?
Or Seth Harley.
Seth is going to run over and jump in the chair quickly before anyone else could get in. And roll a 55.
Okay, so flat earthers go first. Turgan, why would you say that this world is flat? Maybe he's...
Oh well, when you're up in the air on an airship, everything looks flat. Mic drop.
The whole room is like, oh, they break into like little ooh, have you ever thought of that? That's interesting. Mumbles go throughout the room. The world is flat from up high. We've never thought of that. Ooh. And the priest is gonna say, interesting point, Sir Dwarf from below. Has anyone taken that into consideration? When you look, it looks flat. What say you? I heard your friends call you Seth.
Yes. Well, I guess it does look flat from up high, but if it were truly flat from up here, then that bright beacon that you have shining out there should be able to be seen all across this land below us. But I do not remember seeing that light from my forest, from the ground in my part of the world. So
That's because the
clearly,
leaves were blocking it.
I could see the stars.
Huh.
I could see other lights, but I could not see that bright light.
So this man is saying that the light does not does
Bend.
not bend, or does bend.
Nope. It does not bend. If light did bend, then I would be able to see it.
Okay, interesting. So we have looks, we have light not bending. Now, what say you next? You, Elf, Arky.
Me?
Yeah.
Who am I debating against?
You're debating against Sprock, but just in order. Make it
Okay.
easier.
So,
Why do
Sprock-
you think? Yeah, why do you think that the Earth is flat?
Sprock, would you say that your head is shaped like the Earth?
No. I would say that the earth has many pits and valleys. I've been below it, I've been above it, I've been everywhere. This man is not even worth debating.
Okay. I think
Now it's personal.
most of us would agree that this old elf's head is roughly shaped like a sphere. So I take out my water skin and I pour it over top of Sprock's head, and the water rolls off in all directions. I say, this is what water does when you pour it on a sphere. Then I pour the rest of the water on the ground in front of everyone, and it makes a big puddle, and the puddle just sits there without moving. And I say, see, the earth couldn't be a sphere because it would run off like it ran off this poor old elf's face. And instead, it's just sitting here on the flat earth before us.
Oh, the elephants. What an unbelievable joy, he's going to say to you. It is to have a true debater amongst us.
A master, if you
A
will.
master, not just using his mind, but using the elements around him to prove his point. That was beautiful. Beautifully stated. Wonderful.
Using his hands to rapidly reiterate his point.
Generate moisture around us.
Now dry yourself off. It's interesting. You're under elf, and you may have your rebuttal. He says to Sprock. Brian, you get a cool point for that.
I'm going to turn into a bear
All right.
and then attack him.
Wait, really?
Yeah, really.
Okay. When I said that you have the right to bear arms, this isn't what I meant.
It's a horrible dad joke, but I'll laugh at that. As soon as you turn into a bear and try to attack him, the dwarfs and the elephants are going to start walking towards you. No, we do not fight in the temple. This is merely for debates now. Calm yourself. Man was making a point. He was not enticing you. He did not hurt you. He was just making a point. You may make your point using a similar fashion, if you will, but we do not engage in comment in this area. If you do, it will be... Well, if you do, you'll find out.
I get on my big back legs, stand up on as big as I can be, and I make a giant roar, and then I charge through all of them towards the door 100 feet away.
All right. That's my type of action.
Okay. You're trying to get through that door?
Oh, I am going full speed at that door.
You run full speed at the door. It is definitely locked. Boom! You try to break it. Boom! It's not budging. And you
I
look.
turn back into my
It's
form
locked.
and I take out my key to the tomb of the dead king.
Ooh.
Oh,
And try and use it on the door.
It fits.
I turn the key and I open the door.
The whole room goes quiet. And the door unlocks, but it doesn't pull open. And
Try to push.
the high priestess comes over, or high priest comes over, and he says, "Whoa, where did you find that? Everyone out! Everyone out! Single file now. Don't move yet. Everyone out." And the elephants and the dwarfs seem to walk out, listening to him without any hesitation, file out of the room, followed by the dwarf priestess, and who goes over and closes the main door. "Where did you find this key? Who are you people?"
I mean,
won't tell you
Sprock, you
where I
got to
found the
answer.
key, but you tell me how to until you tell me how to get in the door.
We are seekers of the skulls.
Interesting. Seekers of the skulls. Come to debate?
No.
We can't.
We have come for the White Skull. We are seeking to prevent a great evil from befalling this world, including this island. An evil necromancer seeks the White Skull and to use his power for evil.
We have already acquired a number of other skulls, and Stag will pull out the green one and then tuck it away.
Interesting. The powers underneath will determine the reality of the world that we stand on. That's what our belief is. You sure the round world earther is the one that needs to spin this dial?
Again, I don't know, maybe we could have Turgan try it.
What
If we
say
think
you?
it has anything to do with their allegiance to a type of earth.
Mr. Bear, why do you think the world is round?
It does not matter. It is all about perception. You live long enough, you see it in all forms. Picking a side is merely a distraction.
And then he's going to abruptly turn towards, and who didn't go? Booterbot.
Mhm.
And you, Warforge,
Mm-hmm.
what say you?
About which part?
Round or flat?
This is round. It's simple, really.
Why?
You when you watch an airship fly away, does the airship just keep going in a straight line?
I've never been on one.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to just take it from me then, because I've been on many. And when an airship or a ship on the ground with the water, when they leave, they don't leave in a straight line, only to disappear entirely in the instant as they fall off the side of the earth. They slowly descend into the horizon, which would imply that the world is round and they are going around the curvature of this world.
Unless light bends.
Hear her.
Looks like we have a draw. We always have a draw. But this key, let me see this key. Those who wield it search the skulls. Those who can access the temple below must be in search of deeds or those who must use this has to be a hero of the white. This door has not been opened. We've always thought that once we figured out the resolution to the debate that this door would open, but here you are with the key. It's very interesting to me.
Targan, it worked with you at the other gate. Maybe you need to do this gate.
What? Kill myself again?
No. Just try to open it.
You see, this gate has a beautiful sculpture of elephant and dwarf and a skull lighting or shining in the middle of it. And in the skull's mouth is the keyhole that Sprock has stuck his key in.
Just
And he's
rotate
turned it.
Sprock.
Yeah,
He's-
I'll turn the key.
And the key and the door lights up around it, bright white, and it opens. He says, "Oh my goodness. The truth, something we've been waiting for. 2,684 MZ debates. We've been waiting for this. Good luck. And God bless the temple below is another test. I hope you find what you're looking for. The tomb of Trident is dangerous, long, dark, but full of light."
Aye. Well, let's go in. And I push open the door.
As you enter, you see a staircase going down into the ground. Feels like you guys have now like pillaged and sacked every single island you've been on, and it feels no different than the islands that you were on when you guys were going down to the center looking for the crystals. Carved excellently. This one is older, feels more solid. There aren't like it's not made out of anything other than marble, similar to the staircase. It's more magical. The walls are very bright white, but it is dark. And the staircase seems to bend down the corner. Bend around, I mean.
Before we all head down the stairwell, Seth Hartley, sorry, will go to the high priestess. Can you have some food and beverages and some other accommodations for us for when we get back out? We might need great assistance.
If you make it out, I will have. What's your favorite food, sir?
Eggs Benedict.
I will try to figure out what that is and bring it to you.
Fantastic.
He's going to leave you, and he's going to say one last thing. He's going to say, "It has been rumored and thought that those who go down will determine the existence and determine the outcome of our debate. Please do what you can to discover the truth. For us, if anything."
We'll let you know.
And that is where we're going to call it tonight. Roll high and subscribe.